There we go. Everything should be fine now. Okay. Let's see. Is the stream live? Check. Yeah, should be live now. That was a bit weird. That was very strange. First. Okay, here we go. It should be fine. Merrick, can you guys see me? I'm checking the stream. Everything seems fine. Eric, Porsche, welcome to the stream. Welcome, boys. Just unmute here. Brent, are you there? Oh, sorry, I just had a bit of difficulty starting the stream. It kind of yeeted out. But yeah. Yeah. Little bit hotter, so increase the PSIs by a little bit. Meter should do more than enough. Let's see. Hopefully we've got the sauce. Let's go. We should all be Gucci. Yeah. Unless we find ourselves in the wall. which is very much a possibility with this car. What do you mean? Yeah, so this is obviously quali, and then now when I load the race setup, either that or give you the car at the start. I'll send you this either or depending on who starts. Otherwise I'll just load it with 8-wing. We just need to have a really good lap 1 to break out of the slip. It's the difference between, I think it's 7-wing and 7-wing as well as 5-wing. I think it's like 2 k's an hour down the straight. I don't know what it will translate to in terms of actual time loss. Yeah. As long as we save me. Yeah. Just gonna mute for a bit, I'm back now. Eric, as well as everyone, can you guys hear me in stream? Hope you all are doing well. Welcome. At the moment, as you can see, we are doing a Spa quali for the 2.4 hour race that we're going to participate in very shortly after this. Yeah, just testing that you guys can all hear me and that everything is okay. The conditions are the green track and it's raining very soon, so I think we have very limited time to kind of get a lap underway here. We need to ensure that we get as good of a lap as possible right from the get-go. Hopefully not invalidate at all. Die through a rouge. Oh, we just invalidated, damn it. That was such a narrow invalidation. Damn. fast track at the moment, so the conditions are improving. We are missing quite a large amount of grip because of the fast track as well as the PSIs. That's not ideal. If we can get a lap in right from the get-go and fix PSIs, we should be okay. PSIs are completely fine now. I just need to ensure, guys, that we do a lap before the rain starts. Not as great of a T1. Let's hope we don't invalidate here. There we go, a little bit better through there. Oh, so sketchy through there. Yeah. That's fine. Still an okay-ish lap. Yes, I was up at all over the place. Literally there. A slight look just to validate. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Do I have enough fuel for another? Just enough. There's still 9 dents ahead. I bottled that, let me get tires fixed, some pressures. Yeah, the fast track at the moment. Yeah, so we need to try and get as good of a lap. Yeah, I agree. Okay, yeah, so 15 liters, more than enough. 7, 8. Yeah, still close. Should be. Yeah. Quickly as mine. Let's see if my stream is working. Initially bottled it. Yeah, it is working. For some reason, oh, I haven't restored the chat again. Let me just do this quickly. Sorry. Need to restore the. I haven't restored the new chat. That's why. Pop our chat. I literally have the old chat, and I'm like wondering why are people like, can no one hear me? Now I've got the chat. There we go. Now I can see everyone. Let me just mute for a bit. Yo, Ellen, welcome to the stream. Danny, Tornado, Scott Main, Geert, as well as Jetta Master. Thanks so much, everyone, for popping into the stream. Sorry about that. Can't hear your teammate though, but can hear you in the game 100%. Supporting the Saiyans. Let's go, Jedi. You ignoring us? No, not at all. Let's go, VTech Power. Yo, Geert. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Scott. Langer. Let's go, boys. Yeah, it went live on Twitch. That's probably why it completely messed up right at the get-go. So let me just adjust here and unmute desktop audio, so then you'll be able to hear him once I don't unmute myself. But yeah, all should be good now, and I can actually see the chat and everything's all good, yeah? Yeah. So at least that's sorted, but welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I really appreciate the support. Sorry about that. How's everyone doing on this awesome Sunday? Everyone all well? Everyone do anything exciting this weekend? Stream quality, the audio, everything okay? Damn, that guy just lost it in the Lexus. Almost yeeted me. Yeah. See, we've got half a second now. Definitely lots of time on the lap available. Lots of time on the cards. Looking saucy, there we go. That's what I like to hear, Alan. Alan, here's my question to you. As the commentator, obviously it's also your son. So when Kieran and Bagger had that come together, realistically, tell me your thoughts and opinions when you saw that. Obviously, I know you must have been a little bit disappointed. You guys definitely had the V2 in the bag. But what was your initial thoughts when you saw that? Obviously, you sitting in the commentator's box, so you can't really give that much bias. What were your thoughts when you saw that happen in the mental state race? And for everyone else that did join the stream, apologies that I did not be the chat. Obviously, I signed out of. Essentially, what happened was I signed out of Twitch, logged into YouTube. That was fine, and then I used Restream, but forgetting that Restream actually I only have it logged in on Twitch, and then it went live on Twitch, and I was like, why is nothing popping up? And I had to redo the YouTube stream, and yeah, everything was just a mess. Palm dude. Sorry to hear that, Omi. When it happens, I suppose, but yeah, I think he should have just been a little bit more patient. He had so much more pace, but yeah, it was at least an exciting race. That's really good. Can't make T1's brakes apparently at the moment. So tough, especially when alive. I mean, I knew he was catching them so quickly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and when he got that close, then obviously when it happened, I was also like, no, Kieran, no. So it would have been quite an entertaining battle. See towards the end. Yeah, the patience is definitely key. Oops. I bottled that. Yeah. Yeah, because there's a lot of time in this last chicane. I mean, overall, there's definitely still, yeah, and in the first corner, yeah. See how much time is there, yeah. 8 turns to something probably massive. And this was still an improvement on the exit. Lol. Okay. Fine. I don't think there's stint limits at all, so I think we can just maximize whatever, and then either I can do first and last, or you can do, I can do first and then you can do the last little bit. Yeah. What is it? Fog? Tripping. I'm gonna hit the red line unless I wasn't paying attention to the gears. Nice risk. Are you doing a back to front challenger today? No, unfortunately not, Alan. I want to. It would be very disrespectful to do that in everyone that's obviously put in time and stuff. So we're gonna do outright quali, see where we qualify, and then just race and try and pick them up. Oh, messed it up. That's a better exit. Gonna be very tight for fuel on this lap. Let's see, there's definitely still a bit of time. Actually make sure we shift gears properly this time. Here we go, so we should gain a little bit down the straight. There. That was a bit better. Oh, I'm out valid. Are we going to run out of fuel before the line there? That's the real question. Oh, we actually ran out of fuel. No! Thought we had enough. Okay, seemingly not. Okay, so we go one click. Oh my word. Wait, do we only get limited tire sets here? Oh, damn. do get limited tire sets. Let me just ask Brenta. Brenta? You there? Ended up using, I didn't realize that we only get 10 tire sets, so we were using them in practice, guys. So we've got 1, 2, 3 new tire sets, which is kind of what we're going to need. So unfortunately choked the 16. But I think that's going to be it for myself for quali. Because obviously we want as many tire sets as possible. So yeah, choked that a little bit. Let me see. There. Yeah, I lost a lot in the middle and also a little bit in the last. Okay, that's fine. So for the moment, I just hope that no one improves and finds the second. But yeah, that's generally that for quali, and let's see. Hopefully the race ends up going quite well. Hope everyone is doing well in Prentice chat. I'm not too sure if you guys can hear me, but welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just checking a comment, yeah. Yeah, I think it should be pole as well, but you never know. Like, I don't know, obviously during their laps if anyone had any situations where they lost the car completely or anything of that sort, so yeah. Obviously we're hoping that it's pole, it'd be cool. Then we can start on P1. We have absolutely no wet setup whatsoever. Well, I have a wet setup ready, just in case, but it's from quite a while ago. So I'm hoping that it isn't wet whatsoever, because that will obviously be a little bit of a detriment to us. But yeah. So far we kind of fingers crossed, hoping that it's pole, because I don't want to end up using more than needed in terms of tire sets. So let me actually write down which tire sets have not been touched. So it's 9, 8, 9, and 4. 8, 9, and 4. So let me message printer quickly and say printer tires not used 4, 8, 9. So let me just make sure 4, 8, and 9. Yeah, those are the tires that haven't been used. So some of these tires, I didn't realize, guys, that some of these tires are actually was used from the practice. So we were obviously just testing and trying things out. So if some of them have been affected, I hope that there are other teams that are aware of this. And if you guys do want this setup, if you guys are new here, anyone that does want this setup, it is available on my YouTube. It is in the description. So if you just type in Luke Addison on YouTube Spa and you find the Honda lap, the 16-1 lap is for free. The setup is for free, as you can see completely here. Everything's all good. But then the 15-9 setup that I have isn't for free, unfortunately. Yeah. I'm hoping that while we're chilling in the pits here, I hope everyone's just constantly using new tire set, new tire set, new tire set, and maybe we can have an advantage in the race. If I look at the sectors, it looks like Mr. Skitter, 0.04,17. He's got about 210, so you can probably get just into the 17s. See now Mr. Krebs, McLaren, 17.8. He's got 0.15 in the first sector. And in terms of the seconds, that's what it seems like he has. So hopefully he can't find any more time just towards the end of the race. I mean, end of the qualifying. So yeah, as I said, fingers crossed. We're trying to just preserve tires. It's actually cool that they end up only giving you a certain number of sets, just so you don't have to. You don't just get unlimited run time. And, yeah, kind of have to just utilize every single set that you get given. Oh, and the Honda lost it. He got murdered. Damn, that's a shame. That is a shame. Yeah. Let's jump on board with McLaren, but enough. Oh no, wait. touch the tire. I went on it by accident. Let's go on tire set 7. See if we can utilize this dead tire just while we sit in pits and it dies. Tire set 7, this is the dead tire, so we're just going to sit in pits and then we can watch P2's lap so long. There's Skutter and there's P2. Okay, they're all in the pits at the moment. 3 minutes left. 10 minutes, the light drizzle is going to start, so everyone needs to kind of get their laps underway. Kind of get their best times done, otherwise they're going to not improve whatsoever, and that will be a GG for them. You read part of your other comment, Alan? Yeah. I mean, that is right, Alan. I mean, he was coasting through Cheetah, but the car had no grip. I mean, they were on pads too. The car was not feeling good. So I can completely understand why that accident did happen, if you are still here. But yeah, in general, I think there was just a little bit of a lack of patience. But he has gotten much faster, much quicker, and an overall better driver. That's really good. I'm excited to see where Kieran ends up in terms of pace, because he's gotten a lot quicker. Yeah, I can imagine, I can imagine. Yeah, because then essentially, like, the biggest winner, obviously, JSW was really, really happy because he went from 4th to 2nd. But yeah. Yo, Mr. Sharks. Welcome to the stream, Amy. You are quick, enjoy. Thanks, Amy. I kind of messed up the 16 because I realized you guys had the amount of tires you can use is only 10. So, yeah, I better appreciate it. Hopefully we can get pole. But thanks again for putting on this awesome race. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to have an absolute ball of a time. I really appreciate it, Mr. Sharks. Yeah, I mean, Alan, like, I mean, those things happen, especially considering it boils down to the last, like, few minutes. It was exciting, and everyone must have had an absolute blast in stream. You commentating it must have been, like, really, really exciting. Tariq and I were obviously ecstatic when everything went down. But yeah. Yo, Matik. What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How did you learn to understand car setup? So, Jedi Master, I surrounded myself, luckily, around people that know what they're doing. So, I learned car setups from a mixture of asking Jordan Sherritt as well as Tariq Adam, because they mostly were responsible a lot of the time for any of the races we were doing. They were kind of doing everything, and I just had to drive the setup and see that the setup felt nice. Yo, Doozle, welcome to the stream, Mami. Thank you so much, Sharks. You absolute legend for putting on this awesome event. Yeah, so Jedi Master, it just takes time. There's also lots of really good videos out there. There's a really awesome Dalking video out there. There's a couple of really, really awesome videos out there that could definitely help you. There's also some nice pictures I found of certain things. If the car is doing this, then you can change that. And then as time goes by, you kind of get to understand a little bit more. And then also spending time with my dad on the setups and stuff, because he understands the car setups quite well. So it was just a mixture of a various grouping of things that kind of helped me understand it a bit better. I mean, I'm by no way, shape or form the best at it, but yeah, I've at least over the last year and 2-3 months of playing the game, I've went from guys who has a setup and kind of just getting setups to now that I'm confident that the setups that I make are pleasurable for other people to drive and they can actually enjoy it. But yeah, in general, it just takes time and practice and learning from different means. Means I always message Daniel Berger afterwards and ask him, message them, because as much as in a team overly, yeah, it's definitely never intentional, Alan. Never, never. Any suggestions how to deal with graining? I think it might be due to my driving. There are things I can do to the setup to make it easier. I assume steer less. Yeah, steer less is also the main solution. Steer less is one of them, Matik. Another one is on your outlap. Do not weave left and right and left and right, because that'll start the initial graining phase. And then, yeah, you just need to be smoother with your inputs. And sometimes you can, having a super understeery car and just like having all the load on the front can help the graining a little bit. Sometimes it's not always good to have a super understeery car. But yeah. It's just a mixture of various different things. Yo, RPM Sim Racing, what's up? How's it? Yeah, you've improved plenty. Ah, thank you, Alan. Really appreciate it. I also noticed you had a really good Dyson race in, what was it? I don't know which league it was, Alan, but you were in the BM on Silverstone in the wet. I was still in your chat. You actually had a really good race there as well. And I see your wet driving is actually quite good. I don't know which one you think you're more competitive in, but I noticed, I looked at your lines and the way you approach driving in the wet, and you're quite solid in the wet, especially super consistent. So that was really good to see, Alan. 50 minutes, 50 seconds left until quali is under wrap. Yeah, it looks like we've got pole under wraps. I'm still trying to improve turning a bit more on brakes rather than steering a lot. Also trying to find a car that suits me. Yeah, it does take a bit of time, Matik. Definitely. Oh, team versus team. Okay, awesome. Yeah, Matik, it does take a bit of time to find a car that suits your driving style as well as a setup that drives. That helps you quite a lot. Oh, it's wet! Oh no. Printer, we in danger. Are you there, Printer? Let me see quickly. Let me go to Discord. Where is Printer's chat? Printer, you there? We are in danger. Thing is, it's light rain, but it's gonna continue because it's early in the morning. Don't know. Okay, I've no wet practice at all, guys, so this is gonna be interesting. I have a 4 dots wet setup over here. Let me see. A little bit of negative toe there. Not as crazy on the cambers. 311. This is a racer. Okay, max fuel there. Mechanical 4.2 with lower preload. Go max wing. 58. Huh? I don't know, boys. I don't know.
30 seconds. 20 seconds.
I don't know what to do with this setup here. Yeah.
10 seconds.
Let me do this quickly. Unload, load. Okay, boys, here we go. Let's see what happens. We have no practice at all in the wet, so hopefully we don't die. Don't have a clue what the tire pressures are supposed to be either. I mean, the track says wet, but I'm looking now at the road surface. It doesn't look wet whatsoever, unless I'm tripping. But yeah, I understand what you mean with learning. Nice to have. Yeah, exactly. I started some racing, yes, on ACC, but I played. Oh, thanks, boss. Thanks. I started some racing on ACC, but I have played lots of racing games that aren't sims like Gran Turismo and such over many years. So yeah, I've been playing racing games for what, like 13 years or something. But sim racing ACC was my first like proper sim. So that started last year. So yeah. Hopefully this goes well, guys. I don't have a clue what the setup's gonna feel like. Not sure where Brenta is either. Yeah, I can see there's no mandatory. You just need to throw in fuel. Oh, and I went quite low with the ducks as well. 7. Ah, we should be okay. It's weird. It doesn't even like feel wet. Damn, are the ducks too low? Oh, that might be an issue. Just check if Brent is in chat. Brent, are you there? Yo. I don't know what I did with the setup. I loaded an old setup from Imola and made a few clicks here and there, and yeah, I don't have a clue. I mean, it's the track conditions says that it's wet. It's light rain though, and it's 7-7. It seems every single time I climb hard on the brakes that the brakes go yellow. So, I mean, I went 3-2 ducks. I went low on the ducks. Obviously, it's 7 degrees. Yeah, I don't really know what to expect. Again, pads on 2, yeah. Yeah, made sure of that. Somehow I think I got lucky with the pressures. I'm on 28.9s now on the front and 28.2s on the rear. So I might be okay with that. Anything I'm a bit skeptical of is I don't have a clue how this is going to react. It's full wing, I think 15 steer ratio. Made a few clicks here and there. Not a clue. We're about to see if this car's good or trash, or if I'm going to put it in the wall. Either one of 3 things is going to happen. I'm going to pull away, I'm going to put it in the wall, or I'm going to get smoked. Let's see. It's going to be a roll of the dice. Major gambling. What setup can you use for baseball? Fatigue. So if you have a Alton setup or Alton setup, maybe that could work. Yeah. Gonna mute mic at the start printer. Getting smoke and punting the wall for sure. Yeah, yeah, Mr. Cold Autumn Rain. What's happening? Yeah, so if you have an Alton setup, essentially you need something that has a little bit of ride height on the front to be able to withstand the curbs fatigue. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Something, I don't think you need Donington, so if you have something like an Alton or something along those lines, then you should be good. So maybe like a Donington setup with some added clicks to the front. I don't know, it'll be quite tricky, I think. Find something that works, so yeah. Let's see how this goes. Okay, here we go, boys. Let's hope we don't put it in the wall. Thanks, son. That's only a pleasure. Damn, bro. You love me? That's a bit hectic. Here we go. Six tenths, but I stopped doing quali at some stage because I was scared, because we only get 10 sets of tires and I didn't actually realize that we only get 10 sets. So then I stopped. Where's the McLaren? The hell? I don't know. Oh. Steering wheel felt so light there. Oh. Here comes the Lambo. Lambo OP, boys. I don't know where to brake. I'm gonna brake here. Yeah. You should struggle to make the apex. I think I've got this on the wrap. He's gonna have no grip out there. He's probably gonna put it in the wall. Gonna have to defend. Taking it easy, trying to understand what the car is going to do. We know how sketchy the quali was, and then a little bit of the race. Let's see. Yeah, full wing. So if it does change to dry, then I think hopefully by then we have some form of a gap that we don't get absolutely murdered on the straights. Starting to get a little bit more confident with the car. It's a little bit more understeering, which is obviously a bit more safe. And I went for a lower preload, so we can rotate quite nicely off the ruffle. Okay. At this point we just need to keep it clean, not to eat it at all. But this is one of those weird wet tracks where track surface doesn't actually look really wet. It almost looks dry, if I can put it like that. But yeah, it still says, oh my word, it just went to damp. Oh my word. Yeah, damp already. So hopefully it doesn't go to greasy already, because then we're on the wrong tires. Yeah, I think so too. Oh, thanks Alan, appreciate it. Oh, feels okay. But I'm scared now if it changes the whole time. Okay. Car feels very, very light. Steering wheel. It's still damp and there's still light rain, but the light rain is decreasing, so I think at some point in the next 30 minutes or so it'll go to greasy, I think. I don't know. Is that a lobby thing? Can we actually see that or not? Maybe go check on the sim racing GP thingy. Obviously, like, the time is accelerated and the sun comes out, then it's gonna drive the track very quickly. Oh. Did you see that? God damn. Damn, what a say. Let me not do that again. Yeah, I'm gonna decrease the buzz. Yeah, I can probably do that, TC and bias in general. That was sketchy. That was sketchy. Whew. It seemed to cool down just as they go orange, okay. Take it easy on them, okay, hold it. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Alice. Doodle, yeah, that was sketchy. Sector 3, someone died. Can you hear me, yes? Did it say what the time progression is? I think it's 1, if I'm honest. I don't see the 425 really changing. Tire pressures are seemingly okay at the moment. Question is, when I eventually give the car to you, it's probably going to be greasy. Still damp, it's went to 8.8 now, so it's increased the temp. It's just going to get hotter and hotter as it changes from 4 AM to like 5 AM, 6 AM, etc. PSI is the window for wet tires? Yes, that's correct, Diesel. So you want to be between 29.5 and 30.5. So as you can see, my front left diesel is getting absolutely heated. 30.9, 30.6, 30.8, 30.4. So they're all slightly out of range. That's to be expected as the yeah. Exactly. Someone got a stop go 30 for speeding in pits. Damn, that's rough. Teach me, rain lost. Thanks, boss. Oh. That we've got the guard weight set up, boys. Something we just did some clicks. Now we're Gucci. NCC setups, click simulator. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Pause it. Okay. Good. A random tweak setup seems incredible, yeah. Surprisingly good for the moment. Again. Yeah, I can hear you. What's crazy about this setup, Printer? You know which track it comes from? I guess. Yeah. I made this setup for someone that was doing that SRO Asia, and they were in the Honda in the wet. And then I literally just copy pasted that over here, and then literally made some tweaks. Now it seems okay. My only worry is what is the pace deficit drop off going to be when it becomes dry, and also with the steer ratio and how the car is set up. I don't know how it's going to feel in the dry. That's my only worry. I think it will be okay. They're all going to fight. I can see P4, the Aston, is catching the Honda as well as the Lambo, so that's going to help us even more. Yeah, 2 seconds to the moment, yeah. Let's go. The Honda's going to get in trouble from that Aston, because the Aston, amongst the three of them, is the quickest. He's got to defend against the Lambo, and then he's got to defend against an Aston that's also coming. But yeah, make the Honda great again. It's like Trump and everyone wants to make America great again. Let's make the Honda great again. On 40, see it bogs quite a bit, but it's very, very safe. Still damp, that's good. The longer it stays these conditions, I'm more than happy with that. Are you running triples? No, dude, so I'm running a single 55-inch Samsung TV. I think I'm currently using more fuel in the wet than I was in the dry quali. Now stints are going to end up working out.
Fastest lap, guys. Great job.
Could have went lower on the pressures, to be honest. Yeah, boy, get those penalties.
Yellow flag is set to on.
Yeah. Looking okay. The last lap I was only 1.1 quicker. A little bit less. Yeah, it looks like it. It's so funny. His name is Skitter. No, it's all good. You're not to know at all. The shoot guy. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I think so too, Alan. We maybe need to do that. Yeah, these sketchy moments are... Did you see that? Luckily I've played weight. Luckily I have a decent amount of experience in rally games, so I can help situations like that. Damn, let's try and not let that happen again. As much as it's... Oh, that was so cool when it happened. He crapping himself for when it doesn't work out. Just smile and wave and just laugh it off. Are we lapping someone? Okay, where is the water? Water on the right here? On the left? I know where more water is, I think. Maybe on the... Okay, it's definitely on the right. Oh, the Lambo ended up overtaking the Honda. Our boys keep fighting. Thank you. Appreciate you. At least the consistency is there. This time. Make him a bit more spine. No touching him good.
Yellow flag accepted.
No, all good. That seems 8. Could be wrong, but it could be 18. They are fighting so hard. The Aston just came through now. It's now 20. They're all within common 3. Damn, I want to see this action. This is 34, so they lost 5 seconds that lap because they're battling. Remember I told you about the Aston? Now the Honda's back 3. Yeah, like what's going on? Yeah, the Aston was through. Go check the replay of the last lap. They're literally on top of each other. Yeah, as weird as that sounds. Because I saw at some point as I crossed the line, they were all 14.8 seconds behind me. Just all of them. So they must have gotten really, really close in that last sector, unless the timing was messing with me. They're having a mega battle. Okay.
Yellow flag accepted.
We'll literally just check on the Delta as well as on top. Yeah, they're having a grueling battle over there. They're in a death match. They're all using each other, trying to see who can win this race in lap 10. What lap numbers are they doing now? 29.6. Okay, that's better. I need to start driving a bit better. Yeah, and it's not a second. 2 seconds though. No, it is. I'm trying to think. It's 60. Yeah, it's quite a gap. We can try. We've got 21 laps of fuel, so that's all good. The more they fight, the more those 1 second laps. You can have a lot of those 5 second laps where they lose a stupid amount of time. And that will obviously be ideal. Track's still damp, okay. I don't know how half a second quicker. Maybe just less damp. No idea. Yo, Trevor, what's up, my man? Welcome to the stream. Trevor is Mr. Printer himself. Big printer, man. How you doing, Trevor? Welcome to the stream. At the moment, Trevor, we're using an Imola wet setup slightly adjusted for Spa. Yeah, it's looking good at the moment, Trevor. Hope you had an awesome weekend, bud. Thanks for popping in the stream. Thanks so much, guys, for that YouTube subscription. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate the support.
Yellow flag accepted.
Alright, looking good so far. Just wanting guys behind to battle as much as possible. So we can extend as much as possible. People are getting penalties left, right and centre. We just need to ensure that we don't get any of those. Taking out a back marker or something. So they're still fighting hard, Brindle. Sure that is Ferrari. Back conditions right now, unfortunately not Tornado. It's still wet. I know it doesn't look wet, as weird as it is. I also thought as we started the race that we messed up with the tires. But yeah, unfortunately it's still a bit wet. As you can see on the right, it's still damp. As soon as it changes from damp to greasy, and we can see that we're losing plenty time, and potentially we can change to dry tires. Yeah, welcome to the stream, Tornado. Doing well. Trying to slowly but surely try and extend our gap. Guys behind. How nice is that back marker, eh, Brenda? I don't know if you saw. you there? I don't know if I'm muted or not. No? Winter? Any specific reason you're streaming on YouTube instead of Twitch? I pretty much stream everything LFM based on Twitch, Tornado, and then everything league based or not LFM based, just to help grow both platforms. So that's why I kind of stream this on YouTube. That makes sense. Yeah, league races, tournaments, anything of that sort, YouTube, and then Twitch is everything else. So pretty much potentially charity races, and then LFM itself on Twitch. Pretty much just a means to try and grow both platforms realistically. That's a bit wide. Thanks for the question, though. Hopefully that helps answer it for you. The tire presses are getting absolutely weird now.
Yellow flag accepted.
Brent, are you there? I don't know actually if I'm muted or not. Thank you. Yo, Nate, what's up, my man? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Morning. Yeah, Papa Meet is really cool. Papa Meet is really awesome. Be able to look at the data and see exactly where you're going right and where you're going wrong is really awesome.
Clear on the left.
Nate, you and I need to organize when you'd like your next coaching session. You still have, as far as I know, 2 hours left. If you have a league race or anything coming up, you must let me know, and then we can organize.
Yellow flag. Watch out.
Oh, yellow flag ahead. People are crashing, people are dying.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That car is broken. there? Why so many of them bitten now? Oh, Skid, they got a 5-second time penalty.
There's a slow car behind.
What happened in this race? So we got pole by 6-7 tenths. We could have gone a little bit faster, but I didn't want to end up using our dry set. Thought obviously the race was going to be dry, and then race started. I didn't have a clue what setup to load, so I loaded a wet Imola setup. And yeah, currently myself and Brent are chilling. We're pulling a decent bit of a gap. Yeah, with 2 hours 6 minutes left to go. It's looking good so far, but I'm a bit nervous for what the pace is going to be like and the car is going to feel like. The track dries up and goes to greasy, followed by dry. I'm a tad bit nervous about that. But otherwise, yeah. Oh, okay. I see the 5-second penalty.
Yellow flag is set to 2.
Are you first running in the 228? At the moment it's damp.
Fastest lap.
8 degrees as well as damp. It's not dry at all. I know it looks like it's dry. I made that mistake at the start as well, thinking, oh, we screwed. But yeah, it is surprisingly actually wet. Eyes are crying right now. Yo, Gilume? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or wrong. But yeah, welcome to the stream, maybe. Brenda, the guy that qualified second just pitted now and he got a DT for speeding. Damn, that is rough. Oh.
Car on the right.
Luckily I was away. I was ready for that break. Yeah. Report him! No, I'm kidding. Oh, my boy. It's no stress, Nate. Yeah, even on the game it doesn't look that wet, to be honest. Ricardo, what's up? Welcome to the stream, Amy. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Hope you've had an awesome weekend so far. Eyes are dying a tad. Laying in the garden watching. Why are you laying in the garden, Diesel? You're doing the garden work and you're just chilling watching me. Appreciate it though. Thank you so much. French name and you absolutely butchered it.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Okay. All good there, lost it, but yeah, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce it again. I'm just gonna say B. If that's fine with you. Yeah, I can imagine. Must be really, really hot. Hopefully got a nice cold glass of Coke, water or lemonade that you can nice cool off. Last thing you want is a stroke. This stupidly hard temps. It's still damp. I don't know why people are pitting. Yeah. Full light rain. Higher 31s. Well, lower 31s and high 50s. Here's no stint timer. Yeah, I've got 14 laps of fuel. I'll request you not now, but soon-ish.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Is this a first to last stream? Unfortunately not. Can't stop the chop. Welcome to the stream, Naomi. Hope you're doing well. So we qualified on pole in the dry. Didn't have a wet setup at all. Took pretty much a Imola setup, and then from the Imola wet setup, and then from there, yeah, it's been good going so far. You're in the wrong lobby. Don't stand a chance. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like not really a last minute sign up, but I signed up quite a long time ago. I was planning to do this solo, but then Prenter wanted to do a race with me, so I was like, okay, cool, why not? So yeah, now we're just chilling, having a good time, and just having some fun. It's really awesome that the Addison boys put this event together, because obviously a lot of work goes on behind the scenes, and yeah, just really, really fun. This is going to be an easy win for you guys. Yeah, hopefully goes smoothly regarded. So far we all good in terms of the wet. The question is, are we going to have the dry pace and the dry ability? I think the Honda behind's actually catching me, guys, so it just kind of shows. I mean, the Lambo behind's actually catching me. 19.7 now. It was supposed, I think we were 22 ahead, so I don't know. Unless the timing boards are completely messed up. I mean, I did lose that 2 point something seconds the one lap. Brenta, what is P2 doing in terms of times? Because I think we actually losing to P2 now. Oh, guy spun right ahead. That's me risking it. Yeah, same as me. Kind of what I'm doing at the moment. It's at this point now where my tires are obviously, my brakes are going quite yellow under braking, and then I'm about to hit 32 psi. Not ideal. Yeah, there we go, 32 psi. We're still fine. We still got a decent gap. As long as I can even just match him, then at least we got a free 20 second at the start. Thanks again for that YouTube subscription, guys. Thank you so much. Gonna be 42? Damn, Nate, that's gonna be hot. Please, 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 I advise you to wear some sunscreen and just have lots of air cons on. Any and every single form of cooling you can get. That can be very dangerous to you. What happened to? Oh, yeah, I remember. Is Ricardo referring to the Paul Ricard race? Could be wrong, but I think he's referring to the Paul Ricard race. Sunscreen causes cancer. What do you mean? Ricardo, aka Diamant. Beast. All is going well. Didn't practice my pit, never had pitted. Track got punted lap 1, then sped in the pit lane. Know where the line was. Oh, that's amazing. Good recovery. Let's go. They had all the sauce yesterday. I think the winner was actually a cup car that did a no stop. No way, Nate. Really? That's mental. Mrs. Welcome to the stream. Oh, it's only a pleasure. It's only a pleasure. I'm glad you've been enjoying them. Oh, a car head bended. It's still damp degrees, so I don't know. It's like it's staying damp forever now. Just said slick tires optimum now, so I'm gonna check now if it went too greasy. Okay. It's still damp even though it says slick tire optimum. I'm not going to pit now. We just need to ensure that because we could easily lose this race just on the basis of making an incorrect decision for the pits. Oh. Yeah, he has pitted, I think. But he's not even in the top 8 at the moment. No, wait. Okay, well, good for us then. What, the Lambo? Oh, damn. So hopefully it's the Lambo's fault. We'll just end up getting, we'll just get a bigger gap. Hopefully. Obviously we can see everyone is getting penalties at the moment, so yeah. Do you prefer understeer driving? I mean, it's a mixture. I don't mind oversteer. Understeer is obviously a little bit safer, but especially for my setup for you guys, an understeer is set up pretty much almost everyone can drive. So a lot of the time the setups, you are correct, do come out as quite understeery. just so everyone has the ability to drive it. Because obviously I'm trying to make it accessible, that everyone can use it. So that's why a lot of them are for free. And then I want everyone to be able to drive it. Otherwise, there's no point giving a free setup if no one can drive it, if you know what I mean. So a lot of the time, it's pretty much what I go for with a lot of my setups, is to ensure that it's drivable, number one. Number two, it's fast, and that it's consistent. So last thing you want is a car that reacts a certain way one lap, and then reacts a completely different way another lap. So yeah, understeering is kind of the most predictable style of driving, and it's also the safest and the easiest. So that's why a lot of setups you kind of see that it is that way. It's just crazy how... Oh yeah, Nate, really appreciate it. Thanks, Amy. Yeah, I try and, as I said, try and make it safe but also fast. Because normally what happens is if you make a safe setup, it ends up being slow. And if you make a fast setup, normally that means oversteer as well as sketchy. But obviously try and make sure that the car is as safe as possible, that everyone can extract, anyone and everyone, someone new to the game, even a pro, can extract as much out of the car as possible. Any retired setup on the setups, I think? No, I haven't retired on the setups whatsoever. There's no Honda retiring setups. Yeah, I'm just kind of broadening my my setups essentially. You cutting comma 5 while answering. Yeah, at the moment everything's like seemingly quite nicely under control, so I can kind of afford to look at chat and whatnot. But I do seemingly think that I've built a decent ability to read chat while driving somewhat competitively. Yeah, that does definitely help. And I also really love the wet, so kind of almost like a home advantage, if that makes sense. More days to wait for the new type bar. Oh, that's amazing, gosh. Let's go. The new Honda is going to be beast, the new Honda type bar. Let's go. The skill in itself. Oh, thanks, Nate. Yeah. Trying to obviously perfect it as much as possible where I don't lose as much time driving while being as efficient looking at chat and chatting to you guys. Drive an oversteering setup, but now it's not. Now it's not. I learned from the setups. Huge thanks. Oh, it's only a pleasure. Only a pleasure. And thank you so much for the support on the setups. Glad you've been enjoying them. Go? No. Autopilot mode. I'll read that message now. Sometimes doing something else is good, like reading chat, listening music, because you're driving is more muscle memory based. Yeah, exactly. bias behind you, sometimes your body. Yeah, exactly. I completely agree with that. 110%. With the muscle memory that goes in literally a lot of the time, it is a fair amount of autopilot. You're just so used to the conditions and everything. Oh my word. Welcome, Jazz. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're trying to build up a big gap because we don't exactly know what's going to happen in these conditions coming up. We're approaching 1 hour worth of driving and I still have 8 laps of fuel left seemingly. So it's quite good, at least we'll be able to extend as much as possible. I should have been there in car 74, but my registration didn't go through. Oh, sorry to hear that, Amy. Printer, can you see what happens in 15 minutes? No more rain. Yeah, so it is damp at the moment. It also is 6 AM, so I think with the sun coming out normally at roughly 7ish, with the no more rain, I'm surprised the fuel is kind of still doing well. I still have 8 laps left, so I'm going to see what the weather indicator kind of does, and then depending on track conditions and stuff, I'll put you on quite high PSI dries. Yeah, like 27 PSI dry, so then hopefully stabilizes correctly. It's all good, all good. Rain again. Yeah. 8 laps left, yeah. Yeah. And so we've got more than enough time to be able to actually get the dry. Once it stops raining, then we'll be able to see what the next 15 minutes after that does. My only worry is because the track is still damp and it's gonna slowly but surely go to greasy once the sun comes, as well as us clearing the water because there's no more water falling down. I'm just scared that if another rain indicator does show, that is a GG. Yeah, everyone's also gonna make that decision. My only worry is something like I know the Lambo will definitely use more fuel than the Honda without a doubt. I'm scared of like P3's Aston, him having, instead of 3.79 fuel using 3.5 or whatever, and you can go that extra 3 laps that you can see in 15 minutes in a rain and actually make a better informed decision than we can. It's the only worry, otherwise everything seems good. Is the multiplier times 2? You sure? Okay. Okay, hopefully. Because all the tires are now 32 PSI. If anyone pulls the trigger before us, then at least we've got some form of a safety net. Might have been a cut by accident. Come, Gucci. Up 5. Yeah. In worst case scenario, nobody at all in terms of fuel can do 2 hours and 40 minutes with just one stop, you know what I mean? So, worst case scenario, we go, oh shit, we chose the wrong tires. and then we kind of commit to, let's say we change to dries, and we immediately go, oh damn, we made the wrong decision. We do a couple of laps on that set of tire, just so that we can ensure that we can do that 1 hour and whatever period of time on one set, and then we just YOLO it to the end, because everyone's going to have to make 2 stops anyway. Yeah, and we'll see, and just have to try and monitor what the thing does. I've got 6 laps left, so I'm going to request you so long if that's fine. Only got 100. What? Weird movement. Okay. Then I'm gonna give you a new set of dries. I think a lot of people kind of forgot. I mean, at least I saw it right towards the end of quali. A lot of people, I think, will have used sets where you'll have a completely brand new set. 10. So we used in total quali and practice we used 7 sets. So that's why I was going to continue and do the 16 in quali, but it looked like quali was under wrap. So then I just left the 3 sets for the race, which if it was dry we would have needed 3 sets. So I just did that and thought it would have been a bit better. But now at least we've got 3 completely brand new dry sets. So regardless of what happens, we have the tires. I hope I have enough fuel that when it stops raining, I can at least get you to greasy conditions. Yeah, I think so too. I'm just trying to manage these 32 PSI tires. Yep. No, just a tad. Brenta, what do you think we should go in terms of dry rushes? Because if I over adjust it for you now, so what's going to happen is if I give you 27 PSI tires, it'll be perfect for the greasy, and then when it dries out, you'll end up with high 28s. So should I give you mid 26s? Then you'll end up having like lower PSIs for the greasy, but if it dries, you'll actually have the right PSIs. Okay. That's 9.9. I know for 13.13 was mid 26s all round. All I know is like in 13 degree practice, 26.7 all around was perfectly fine. Now it's 9.9. I don't know. Do I go back to 3 clicks higher? Yeah, it's very safe at the moment. Yeah, it feels completely fine. Obviously, I'm still because it's damp. I'm still hitting the rev limiter in 4th gear and then waiting and then accelerating. Yeah, I think you should be fine. I think we'll have also probably a decent pit stop. We should gain a little bit there as well. Yeah, and the track is definitely getting better. Now I expect my tires to fly up into the PSI. As soon as it switches over greasy, I'm gonna give you the go. Green very quickly. Yeah, greasy, then green, then fast. Thanks, Mr. Porsche. I have adjusted it. Thanks. Trying to cope the wet while we wait for some form of dry. Now it's the responsibility of everyone to try and get some form of heat in their tires through obviously going wet, but everyone's gonna naturally just try this in first gear. Ooh, there was a weird bounce there. Oh, that was a bit sketchy. All that wet puddle over here. Right inside. It's greasy now. I think I'm going to potentially come in this lap. You fine? Come in this lap? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Okay, cool. Just with the undercut. Who knows, maybe they mess up their PSIs. PSIs in these situations mean a lot.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
For the long cut, then we can chat about stuff. The plane. Okay, so your PSI is at the moment 26,7,957. Let's go a little bit higher, like 999. 26.9. All have them. I have them all on 26.9. Let's not cross any white lines. The last thing I want is the pen. Yeah. All good. Okay, max fuel. Tire set 8, which is the new set. Requested you, no bodywork damage, 26.9 all round. Currently greasy, so I think it should change from greasy to fast, hopefully, in a couple of laps. I mean, we've done 1 hour and 7 minutes on one. Yeah, we've done 1 hour and 7 minutes on pretty much one set of fuel. So I think everyone will have to stop twice, just like us. So now let's see. Yeah, okay. I think our pit box was quite earlier. Try and nail the pit box. Yeah. And straight up. Okay, cool. Engine is on, but I'm gonna start the car for you at 4. 22. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, starting the car, 3, 2, 1, and away you go. Nice, let's go. Just watch out for engaging the, disengaging the pit limiter. Yeah, take it easy, we've got a massive gap at the start. Get used to the car, see what it feels like, and then yeah, make your ABS, brake bias and everything adjustments as you go along. Hopefully we don't get crossing the white line limits there. Yeah. I know the puddle does get a bit hectic there. Let's go. Yeah, let's take it easy. You've got a... Waiting for the sectors to adjust. Yeah, anyway, it's all good. It's still greasy conditions, a little bit of standing water still left in the track, so it's all good. Take your time. We've obviously got a wee. Let's see quickly. Okay, last lap. Okay, that was his out lap. And he's on 4 TC, so he's still struggling a bit. 6 ABS. Yeah, just take it easy, you got this. Oh, he just lost it. He touched the curb and lost it. Okay, his rears will be awake now. He lost about 8 seconds. On P1, he touched the curb on the outside and had a lot of steering lock, and then lost the car completely. He's not even entered the back straight yet. Yeah, so I think you've got at least 30 something seconds here. Yeah, no, literally take it easy. You've got, even if you short shift, just take it calm, nice and easy. We've got a 30-second plus lead for Gucci. Yeah, that's making it a bit scary. Yeah, just like as someone in my chat just said, I put a curse on him. I literally changed the swap from your cam to his cam, and then he lost it in P1. Maybe if I do it again, he loses it again. Let's try the theory. Yeah, we also don't know. Obviously, you and I are quite similarly matched in terms of pace. We don't know if their first initial driver was stupidly quick, and their second driver's half a second, 6/10 slower. So we don't actually know. Yeah, exactly. Who knows? We could have the P4 guy catch. Well, the P3 guy catch P2, who knows, we'll see what happens, obviously, as this thing goes. The last lap he just did a 38, we'll see what that's spin. Yeah, it's still greasy, but I think it's not far away from green. I think maybe, I know in one of the updates, the track progression has dropped quite a lot. It doesn't progress nearly as much. But yeah, I think realistically, maybe like 10 laps or so. Yeah. What are the... Oh, what's up? Good save. I was going to say watch out for that, but yeah, I hope that we were one of the few that went on dry tires, because I know some people still get a bit mixed up when the right time to switch to dry tires are. Hopefully they don't know that you're supposed to be on dries and greasy, and then we get a little bit of time there as well. And at the damps on 25, okay. That's actually still good, because then it just means once it does go green and everything, it will just increase and increase and increase. Then I can see us actually getting to the 27 we were aiming for. I mean, because right now I could have given you 28.5 psi, and you could have been on 27s. But as soon as the track got to green and fast, you would have been driving with 50 psi tires, which would have been ideal. Yeah, Mr. B. We did end up putting a curse on him. So yeah, I mean, it's looking good so far. Brent has got the car under control. Now we've got a big gap. At the moment we can just relax, take it easy, and just try and, even if we want to go a little bit slower, and just bleed off the amount of gap that we have. But we can't hear Mr. Prendergast. Need to see quickly. No one mentioned it, so I didn't actually realize. I can see the desktop audio actual volume isn't coming through. If I click on properties, I can see exactly why it's not doing that. If I do that, now the desktop volume should be able to come through. If I click disable mode, but now it's coming through both times. I don't know if you guys can hear it twice, though. That's actually a bit sketchy about. So if I do that, wait, can you hear me? Wait, can you hear me? Okay, there we go. Someone was saying that they couldn't hear you in chat. Just watch out. All good, all good. Were you guys able to? There we go, Nate. Sorted it out, Demi. Yeah, so the desktop audio in Streamlabs just ended up not being able to pick up, and it was coming through as the Samsung audio instead of actually my headset. So it wasn't picking up any form of Discord audio whatsoever. But let's check our gap behind. It still hasn't passed start finish yet, so we at least have a 50-second gap. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Okay, so last lap you did a 20:29. Let's check what he's doing. Okay, now I'm tripping. The thing just didn't update. He did a 28:1 last lap. I'm not stressed. What do you now roughly? What sort of gap you have? I'm gonna use this bridge as a marker. We go under it at 12. Yeah. At least I sorted out the audio and everything, mate. The Lambo man seems to be flying though. Might actually be in trouble, as I mentioned, with the decision to go full wing right at the start. So we'll see now. Winter did pass the bridge at 12. Let's see what the gap actually is. 12, it's already 42 seconds, 43, 44, 44, 45 seconds. Quickly. Printer? The gap's about 45 seconds. There we go, good luck, good luck. Keep it up. Hopefully the wind tunnel wasn't too bad, Nate. Hopefully the wind tunnel wasn't too shabby. Hopefully you just had one of those moments where you just came out of the shower and then your hair, boom, insta dry. Yeah, we're just trying to take precautions, Porsche. Just trying to take precautions and chill. Obviously we've got a 45-second gap, but as you know, anything can happen. In these races we could end up smacking the wall, we could be on the wrong set of tires as the rain comes down. Never know, so rather take precaution and just ensure that we're all Gucci. The track is still greasy. I'm surprised that it's staying as greasy as long as it has been. But yeah, looking good so far. Brent is hustling the car now. No, he doesn't have ping issues at all. It's just the fact that he is a European connecting to a South African server. So I'm still getting 12 ping. I don't know if you guys can see my ping at the bottom over there. But yeah, because he's a European connecting to a South African server, that's why his ping is spiking like that. And the ping between the two of us, as you can see, the LAT. I don't know what the LAT stands for. I think it's. I don't think it's latitude. I don't actually know what it means. But essentially, the lat is the ping between myself and him as a combined thing, as well as the entire lobby. So the entire lobby in general, we have a 128 ping roughly. Yeah, the car does jump every now and then. A back marker hitting you off track. That's what happened to second place 40 minutes in. Latency. I don't know why I couldn't get to the word. Thank you, Nate. You're the man. That's so. I'm sorry to hear that. Jazz, are you driving? With them, or did you see on the stream or something? But thanks for the info. Damn, that's unfortunate for them. Thanks, Nate. I, for some reason, couldn't get the word latency. It's like one of those things that's on your tongue, it's on your palate, just doesn't want to spit out. It's just a horrid taste. Yeah. Let's see what the guy. Brent is obviously doing some purples at the moment, which is really good. Let's see what second place is doing at the moment. He's still hovering around 27.8. This lap is looking a bit better for him. Let's see. I think roughly at the moment, yeah, literally the time before we're going to check the. Watching the stream of the Honda that qualified P4. Oh, okay, cool, Jazz. Let's go. Okay, so let's see. 26.8 for the Lambo behind. Penta is currently 1.5 seconds a lap quicker. Prenta, sorry to bother. Your pace is really good. You're taking 1.5 seconds a lap out of the Lambo behind you. Yeah, it's looking good. As long as, literally, if there's a moment where you think you're going to lose the car, just stay in the car and just back off completely. We've got a massive, I think the gap is almost up to 50 seconds now, and you're taking 1.5 seconds a lap. You got this. It's all you, all you. I would have been in car 74, but I think you retired because I couldn't drive. That's horrid, Jazz. That's horrid. Yeah, the full wing is definitely helping us in the dodgy conditions. Obviously, with the full wing, we'd be losing a stupid amount of time down the straights, and overall, we'd be solid in the mid sector. But I think in general, we went the right way in terms of the setup and the choices we made. It's all good. It's all good. And overall, it's really good that Brent is also completely fine with the setup, because a lot of the time with the team doing any form of event, you need to ensure that both drivers or all drivers participating that they're actually comfortable with the setup. Obviously, it's something we did last minute because we didn't expect the weight whatsoever, so I made a few clicks here and there. But at least it's good that both of us are completely acclimatized with the setup, and the car feels completely fine for us both to drive. So that's the main important thing. Because sometimes there is a bit of differences between two people's driving styles, and then one person likes the car really oversteery, another person likes it understeery. So trying to find a balance between them both, because not one setup will favor both drivers exactly the same. But if you can get even close to that, you should be completely fine. There we go. Good. That's looking good, friend. Nailing the laps in. Everything is looking solid, boys. Let's go. Hour 16 left. Got a commanding lean at the moment. We just need to just chill. Take it easy. Let's just keep doing his thing. Now look at what the Lambo did behind. 25.8 last lap. The last lap, 1 second. There we go. Brent is still hammering at it, so that's really good. So far we were a little bit unprepared for this event, guys, if I'm completely honest. We didn't do that much practice. I was trying to set up the stream more often than not, but unfortunately even that went kind of messed up. Because obviously ensuring that the audio quality is okay, making sure the settings are all fine, and just ensuring that we both can kind of agree with setup. So kind of just loading a setup that I already had, and we both do drive the Honda, so it does make it that it's not like he drives the BM and I drive the Audi and we're driving the Honda. It's not, both already acclimatized with the car, everything looks good. So yeah, we just kind of had to try and decide on a dry race setup. That completely went out the window at the start. So now I think that kind of helped us in a sense because of the wet conditions initially, and we kind of just had to make I ended up making random clicks towards the setup. I think everyone would have almost been in the same boat. There was obviously wet practice, so people would have adjusted their setups there. But I was obviously thankful that I did have an existing wet setup that was a really good base. So I just adjusted that, and yeah, everything seemed all good. I'm just thankful that it kind of worked out, because obviously it could have ended up very horrible, and the car could have felt like absolute trash in the race, and then you end up in a situation where you drive for 2.4 hours on a setup that is horrible. Yeah. At least we got that sorted, and that completely underway. That's all good. Yeah, anyone in chat or any of you doing the LFM later? I think it's a Watkins Glen, if I'm not mistaken. Is anyone participating in that race? And if you are, which car are you taking? I think it's going to be quite exciting. I think it's a 3-hour race, if I'm not mistaken. We were potentially going to do that. Then I had already fully committed to this race quite a while ago, so we just kind of stuck through, and yeah, now we're just chilling. Is there anyone that's going to be participating in that race at any point? Okay. Wonder if P2 actually is catching P3 is actually catching P2. So I see P2 is still in the 24, so he is driving quite well. Let's check. P3 is unfortunately not catching, doing 27s. P4 is bully on doing 25s. So we could actually end up having a really good battle here, guys, between P4 as well as P3. It seems like he's only about 10 seconds roughly behind, so that will be quite interesting. See if the BM can catch the Aston. Yeah, that's going to be quite interesting towards the end. We're not lapping at 1.5 seconds quicker anymore, although this lap is looking much better for Prentice, so let's see. A massive time gain, so who knows. As I was speaking about the fact that we might not be lapping 1.5 seconds a lap quick anymore, we might have just done with that lap. Surprisingly, the track is still greasy, so as I mentioned earlier, the track just doesn't seem to update in terms of its terms of its conditions. 23.4 versus it's half a second up. So I think it's a second a lap at the moment, guys. Go Bullion, that's a team that hasn't tried. Let's go. Yeah, Jazz, I want Niall to do very well. I had the pleasure of meeting him in person at the pretty sure it's the same person. Yeah, it is the same person. I had the pleasure of meeting him at the FIA Rally Star. He was a spectator and he was there with Koketso. So I had the pleasure of meeting him there. Absolutely such a nice guy. Such a cool guy to be around. Yeah, I hope that he can end up having a really good race. It'll be interesting to see him and Mr. Anthony Wilson battling one another towards the end of this race. At the moment he is genuinely catching, so it's going to be interesting to see if Anthony, I don't know if it's Anthony driving or it's the two brothers, so I don't really remember. Is it Anthony and Anthony, or I'll tell you now, it is Anthony and Ashley, there we go. Now, so I don't know if it's Anthony or Ashley driving at the moment. They both have names starting with an A. But Niall is definitely catching them, so it's going to be quite interesting to see if Niall can get that deficit back down. And then if Niall and Anthony or Ashley that are currently racing against one another, racing with each other against Niall and the boys, it'll be interesting to see if their battle goes astray, then P5 of Mara, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, goes astray, then he'll be right on them because he's still lapping in the 25s as well. So at the moment the Wilson brothers have Mr. Bullion as well as the number 23 May catching them quite quickly. We had so many battles on PS, and yeah, we had a great battle, and we would have had a great battle together. Yeah, it would have been really cool to see. Yeah, Anthony and Ashley, what number is third? What number is third? Number third currently is 418. Is that the question you were asking, Jazz? This Lexus, oh my word, this Lexus is flying. Mr. Tomlinson, absolutely flying. What Brent is currently doing, he's doing mid-22s now. Is the track still not progressed? It's still greasy. I don't understand how that's the case. There we go, Brent finding that comfort zone. That's Ashley? Wait, how do you know it's Ashley and not how do you know it's Ashley and not Anthony? 96 is Anthony. Oh, they're in different cars. I thought they were teammates. Oh, look at that. It's B. Watson and A. Wilson. That's amazing. Thanks for informing me, Jay. So I got that completely incorrect, guys. I thought it was the two Wilson brothers racing together. So let's see. Where's the other Wilson? Top line. Skidder, Greeny, Wilson. 96. Yeah, it's not here. Have they retired? Yeah, I think they've retired. Oh, that's unfortunate. So yeah, we've got Anthony, Mr. B. Watson. He's with Dave Young. Dave Young. Dave Young, Dave Young, Dave Young. Could you see his name anywhere? Dave Young. I can't see his name anywhere. No, I don't think I can see his name anywhere. E-Hole, Ferreira, Young, Venterbrook. Yeah, I think they've retired, Jazz. I think Anthony has retired and it's just Ashley and Mr. Watson together. Ashley's with Watson and Anthony with Dave Young. Yeah, so Jazz, I think Anthony has retired. I can't find his name anywhere on the screen whatsoever. So now has seemingly caught up 1 second since we spoke about their battle together, and now Mr. actually obviously picking up his pace now. 1 second up on his best delta. Last lap did a 25.0, so it definitely has the pace. Just needs to invalidate it. Yeah, it's all the Alan now, boys. Let's go. Yeah, it's going to be really cool to see this battle progress as the race goes on. P3, P4, and P5, all within 23 seconds or so of one another. There we go. P2 just did a 23.3. Don't know how fast or slow that is. Okay, it's still 1.6 seconds roughly off Prentice. So Prentice is absolutely flying at the moment. He's just in the zone. Let's check 26 seconds at that board. Seconds at the board. Let's see how much of a gap we have now. As if you guys do remember, I think it was 45 seconds not too long ago. So Mr. Brennan over here is just losing a little bit per lap to Mr. Prentice. So our gap thankfully is increasing ever so slowly but surely. Oh, that was sketchy. I would not have done that because that could have ended up in absolute horror for him with a Ferrari, potentially end up yeeting him. Okay, the track has just progressed to green. Good job so far, Mr. Brenton. The track has just the track has just progressed to green now. I can't remember. I was looking at a specific time and I was trying to calculate the gap, but I kind of messed it up now. I'll check when you pass the finish line and calculate again. Now the tires should start feeling a little bit better. What are the PSIs at the moment? Okay. Okay, not too bad. So I think we potentially overinflated slightly. So I think, okay, it just went too fast now. So who knows, we might have got it almost spot on. Yeah. We the legends, boys. Yeah, I'm checking it now. He's coming into the last chicane now. It was 16 over there. 16 plus. It is about 54 seconds. So when I initially told you about that 45-second gap, you've opened up roughly another like 9.5 or so. His base lap's at 23.3. Last lap he invalidated at 22.2. Yeah, as soon it's hard to judge sometimes on the exact same lap. Obviously you can on similar laps, but yeah, generally you at least a second per lap bigger than him at the moment. How does the setup feel? Obviously it feels a bit different with a max wing Honda. I was just worried that the setup was going to be a bit iffy considering I did random clicks for a wet setup and now we're dry. Oh no, boys, I just noticed that Mr. May ended up in the wall. Let's have a look and see what happened there, boys. Damn, that's not good. Save that quickly. Mr. May, what happened to him? Just lost plenty of position, boys. Ah, yeah, it looks like it. Oh no! Touched too much curb and then overcorrected and smashed the car. Oh, his car can't turn anymore. Front is broken. Yeah. That's his race over. He can't possibly get to the pits here. So sometimes the lap predicted is a bit wrong, just because of the ever-changing conditions, as well as it changing from wet to dry. Sometimes it does get a bit sketchy, but that's mostly just an ACC, just generalized problem. So unfortunately, the predicted lap is a bit of a mess, but at least you guys can actually see what the laps are. At the moment he's stuck in 4th gear. I don't know why he's not changing. There we go. This is going to take some 200 IQ maneuvers to actually get the car around. Oh, I think he just retired to return to garage, so now he's going to have to obviously wait, I think about 2 minutes, 3 minutes roughly, while the car gets repaired and stuff. They have already done their mandatory stops, so now they can load if they really want to. What I would personally do now is load their race setup, their dry race setup, as the track is now in fast conditions, seemingly going to be optimum in the next 10 to 15 laps or so. Throw enough fuel in the car and absolutely blitz. And now they should be, I hope that they're having some chats amongst one another and ensuring that they do get their dry quali setup loaded and not a wet setup, because this is obviously an opportunity that they have. As much as it's a loss of 6 positions for them, this is now an opportunity where they can ensure that they end up getting the right setup at this last little phase in the race. Skitter's gunning it, purple lap. Let's go. Okay, let me do this quickly. Okay, 19.9 from Prenter, invalid. Okay, so Prenter's still going a little bit faster. Just hasn't validated it yet. But I think Skitter's definitely still doing a lot of great work at the moment for his team. Having a really good recovery, as they have pulled up back to P7. I don't know what exactly happened at the start for them. Because Mr. Robson and Skitter, I'm not too sure what happened at the start. I don't know if they didn't click start or what exactly happened. But yeah, unfortunately they did lose quite a significant amount of time. So with the track being fast now, it's almost at that point, where the track is at its best form of grip, but considering the track temp is still quite low, you're going to have the car still be a little bit slippy, because the air temperature at 11 will definitely help the car boost as best as possible down the straights, but the cold track temp just gives that almost that feel of there's not really that much traction and grip available on the surface. Back marker that took them out. Oh, okay. So let me look at the start of the race, Jazz. Okay, let me see. Yeah, it's horrible when things like this happen. Oh, that's unfortunate. I just saw it. Got to the right place, the right time. He was unfortunately at the wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah, I saw now. I found it. That's so unfortunate. I mean, at the same time, you can't blame the Lexus over here, because he's trying to get out the way. He's pulling to the right hand side. It's just all that would have happened here is he would have had a mass amount of steering angle on the wheel. Let's check over here. As soon as he gets on the power, he would have had a little bit of slip angle initially. So check at his steering angle. So here it's pulling to the left, pulling to the left, pulling to the left. And with him still on the throttle over here, he's still pulling to the left. And then the rear comes around, and then he has this touch. And then ends up binning himself as well as Skitter. That's thoroughly unfortunate for them. Obviously then he had to have his pit stops nice and early. Would have put them out of sync a little bit. So I think in terms of fuel, I hope for their sake, Jazz, that they did manage to completely fill the car. Because I think that extra pit stop that they did in that first 18 laps, they're going to have to do another pit stop. But I think at the same time it could have completely screwed them, considering at this point they had to change to dry tires. So considering the wet to dry tire transition, I think they would have lost a significant amount of time anyway, because that extra fuel that they could have had in terms of an advantage, because we at the moment can't make it to the end on this this fuel that we're on. So we're definitely going to have a splash and dash towards the end. So hopefully we have a big enough gap and that the Lambos don't have enough fuel. That's one thing I'm also a bit worried about. At the moment he is doing around mid to high 20s race pace in the dry, and Mr. Prent is doing mid 19, so that's really good. But as you guys can see from earlier, the predicted lap time, I don't know, it's just an ACC thing where it's completely silly. I don't know why it is the way it is. Only 95 liters and stay on weights. Oh, okay, Jess. Thanks for informing me. Yeah, we are looking good at the moment, Ellen, yeah. I just want to ensure that at this last little bit that we actually have enough fuel. Splash and dash is going to be quite a bit of time, but I don't know how much it's going to cost us, so I'm going to definitely have a look and see roughly what's happening. But if Brenter keeps putting in laps like this, then we should be Gucci. So on 56 seconds he ended up passing line, so we're going to try and evaluate roughly what our gap is now. He's roughly pulling a second and a bit per lap. So if it can stay like this towards the end, I think the best way will be saved if they do have enough fuel, if it does rain and completely pours and we end up changing for tires. So that could be something, or who knows, maybe they end up getting a DT. I don't know how far we are in terms of our track cuts and penalties. Obviously it's I think it's much easier to get track cuts and penalties in the dry than it is in the wet. Yeah, let's see roughly what the gap is. Brenton did pass the line at 56 seconds. Let's see, he's making his way towards the end of the year. That's 56 seconds, 57, 58, roughly 59. So we almost have a minute in hand at the moment. You haven't missed much, Nate. Not much, I mean. We're just trying to calculate the gap we have. We roughly have a 59-second gap or so at the moment. We just need to try and ensure that we can make it towards the end. So I'm going to check now and see roughly how much fuel it will take. So if I go to the Knowles website, I mean the Knowles Discord, and I look over here, time loss for a DT. So tire change won't really need that much fuel. So Spa, if a 1 liter refuel is 65 seconds, so roughly if we have to throw in an extra 40 or so liters, we could be looking at something like 70, maybe 75 seconds. So if in case they do have enough fuel to the end, which is highly unlikely, but you never know in these circumstances, if we do have a 75-second gap, then we can actually take fuel and be all good. Nice, keep up the good work. You have roughly a 60-second advantage, 1 minute. How much laps of fuel do you have left? 14, okay. 15, that's... Yeah. At the moment it looks like we have fuel for another roughly 32 minutes, so we're going to have like a 20-minute flash and dash. I don't think any team would be able to get towards the end, but just in case they do, we need at least 75-second lead. So keep doing what you're doing, because you are taking a second out per lap. So I think if they do somehow, some way manage, then we'll still be completely fine, be able to take fuel and then be completely Gucci. Yeah, keep up the good work. Got this. Okay, so far everything is looking good. I'm going to look for other battles on the track at the moment. Seems that Mr. Gibson as well as Horsthausen are on top of each other. That's going to be quite an interesting battle. two BM, so no car advantage over here. Both cars are kind of geared the same, and now it's all about the drivers as well as the setup. Sometimes it is nice when you are in those situations where you have a car advantage in the sense of you could have an Audi as an example in this sense, and you'll be stupidly crazy down the back straight. You'll have immense top speed, or you could have an Aston in front of you where you know that it's going to be struggling out of slow speed corners but really good on its tires. You kind of need to try and ensure that you can make something work out of the slow corners. That's always important, to try and see a car in front of you, try and pinpoint what its weaknesses are, and then see where you are faster than that car, and try and use a mixture of identifying its weaknesses as well as where you are faster, if you are faster, to try and make a move in that sector. Because then you know, like if, as an example, out the last corner, if you can get really close and you know the Aston's got terrible traction, try and get as close as possible over there, but then you know the Aston has really good brakes, but then it will have a slow exit out of T1. Then you try and make a move there, because you know if you can dive on the inside and have the inside line, you'll ensure yourself of getting better traction than the Aston out the corner, considering it'll just bob. So yeah, you kind of just need to ensure that you pinpoint the weaknesses of the car ahead of you that you are battling with, or the car behind you that you're defending against, and try and do the best of your ability, maximum exploitation of those weaknesses. That's kind of a lot of the time where a lot of passes can get made easier than they should be, because you know that you're really good in sector 2 as an example, and he's struggling in sector 2, and you know for a fact that through the S you can carry a lot more speed than him, so you can afford to brake late and then flick the car in. And look at this, boys, another player has joined the party. Forsthausen went wide. This is going to get interesting, boys. This is going to get interesting. He went on the inside. Oh! And he's having to defend from the guy behind. Mr. Pozdainikov is having a look over here. And he's got the position just like that, guys. A small mistake from Forsthausen over here, and he literally lost 2 positions in 1 lap. At this point, Mr. Pozdainikov is going to send it on the inside. Oh, and there's a crash up ahead. Look at that, boys. Pozdainikov absolutely gave the dummy on the send on the inside, and Toot Gibson ended up yeeting the car in front. And unfortunately, that is going to result in a penalty for Toot Gibson, as well as ensuring that Forsthausen gets past it just based on the penalty. So let's have a replay of that. Yeah, really awesome racing. So unfortunately, we're not having this sort of battle up ahead, but it's awesome that everyone, everywhere around the track is still having a really good fun time and battling nice and hard with one another. So let's check out how it all unfolded. So we go on board with Mr. Forsthausen. Unfortunately, outbraked himself, went over the sausage curb, didn't want to rejoin the track unsafely. Then, as soon as he got a wide exit over here, Toot Gibson got ahead of him. There we go, Toot Gibson's perfectly sorted over here. Now, Pozdainikov ends up sending it on the inside, just has enough space, has a much shorter line towards this exit. Then, Toot Gibson ends up messing up this exit, running a little bit wide, and Pozdainikov gets a much better, cleaner exit. Right over here, gives him a slipstream, gives a fake dummy. So watch here, guys. If you give a fake dummy to someone over here, you can see with how early Pozdainikov broke over here, he had no intentions at all to go for this move, because roughly your braking point is at the end of that fencing over there. So right here, Pozdainikov ended up braking way before he intended to, so sent him a dummy that he was going to go on the inside, and Toot Gibson unfortunately gets stuck watching his mirrors, ends up missing his braking point because it's already past the fence, misses his braking point and has nothing to do except for smash into Sky right ahead of him. So unfortunately that will definitely be a penalty, as he just spun someone. Holds the brakes to try and ensure that he doesn't lose momentum. And just like that, Pozdainikov comes flying through And Horsthausen also has a look on the inside, decides to back off of the corner, plays it smart because he knows that Toot Gibson will definitely get a penalty for that. So now he's probably, if we jump back on board with him, he's probably just hanging around there, just waiting for that penalty to happen, because it will occur. So Pozdainikov, really well done to him over there. 2 laps, 1 position. The biggest losers essentially in that sense. Horsthausen ended up losing 2 positions in 1 lap, as well as Toot Gibson has made 1 position passing Horshausen, losing the position to Pozdainikov, but also unfortunately will be getting a penalty for the incident that he has caused. So really awesome racing between everyone amongst the field. Let's see, let's jump back on board with Mr. Prenter, see how he's getting along. Last lap 19.4, so he's still absolutely rocketing. So really good to see that he's doing very, very well. Let's look at P2. P2 still in that mid-high 27s. Really well done by Brenham at the moment. He's obviously, as you can see with his lap times, he's very, very consistent at the moment. He's obviously just losing that raw pace compared to Prenter, but still really, really good from him. Yeah, Prenter's definitely flying, so he's absolutely doing a superb job at the moment. And Brenham does end up pitting. That just confirms that no one had enough fuel. Prenter, keep up the good work. How much cuts do you have? Oh damn. Yeah, rather like, did you get a cut for what you just did now or not? Okay, just watch out for the cuts, because I think we have a 65 second gap, and everyone just started pitting, confirming my suspicion that no one had enough fuel. So you can run your fuel currently all the way dead, and then from there, so you don't need to take any risks. It's our race essentially to lose at this point, because the DT is 60 seconds. So even though we have that advantage, we don't want to make it literally last lap close. So how many laps of fuel do you have left? 10. Okay. 10 times 3 minutes. How much liters per lap you using? Then how much fuel do you have at the moment, like the liters? 2.1, okay. I think if you throw 40 liters in, you should be perfectly fine. I mean, if you really, really want to, I think you can change tires. If you really, really want to, but yeah, okay, that's perfectly fine. We have more than enough of a gap. So yeah, obviously just adjust your pressures for yourself. All these pressures, just for reference, were on 26.9s, so you can make adjustments from there. So 40 liters should be more than enough. If you want to, you can go 45 to be super, super safe. But yeah, they should be good. Yeah. What are they at the moment? Do you want to do the last dash, or must I do it? I mean, I can let you do the last dash, I don't mind. Then obviously you acclimatize with the car at the moment as well, and last time I drove was in the greasy wet, so it could be a bit sketchy. So front left, 4, 6, 7, 26.2 front left. What was your front right? It's 28.1. 28.5, jeez. Oh, so... Oh, okay. Go down to 25.9. No? 26.1. 6.1. Rear left is? Then 26.3 and 26.6. And 26.6. If you want, someone in chat just mentioned it. It does definitely help. Maybe we can pit early and then grab the new tire benefits. If you want to, if you feel these tires are a bit you can just grab a new set and with those pressures, and then just add 40 liters. Oh damn, okay. 26, wait for straight. I think if you can have the first three, 26.2, 26.2, 26.2, and then 26.6 on the front right, then you should be Gucci. Right now, if you can have 75 white box, the fuel, then you Gucci. Yeah. When it's 75 white box, how much are you adding? Yeah, but if it's 75 white box now, then as the fuel will go down, it's perfectly fine. So if you add 40 something or whatever the case may be now, and it's 75 white box, that'll take you to the end. Yeah, then you can just choose whether you want to take the early tire advantage or later, whichever, or whatever you're comfortable with. But yeah, at the moment we've got an easy dub at the moment. We just need to ensure the cuts. But otherwise, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Yo, Dean, what's up, my man? Yo, coach. Flying and cutting. Lol, Porsche. Go safe, get new tires. Yeah, I'm reading that now. I saw your comments from the side. Appreciate it, Mr. Porsche. Definitely, I think will help. How are you doing, Dean? If you are still in chat, sorry for the late reply. I hope you have an awesome weekend and everything is good. How's Niall doing? I'll check for you now. So the pit stops just happened recently, so I don't know where he came out. 18.8 now for Brenham, and it's definitely flying. Niall's now P3, let's go. I don't know if he still has to pit or not, but yeah, currently, wait. Oh no, he's P6, sorry, I saw the N, my apologies. So Niall is P6, I know that he did pit as far as I'm aware. So yeah, P6 at the moment, Jazz. Brenta P2 is currently doing mid 18s. Yeah. That's for tires as well as fuel. Yeah, so he's got the fastest lap of 18.8, but he got held up in the last corner, so he definitely has the ability to do mid 18s at least. But I think considering it is optimum and the lower temps, I think we should be in the 17s if I'm not mistaken. I wanted to say thank you. No stress, Jazz. Yeah, I messed that up completely. Sorry about that. As you can see, guys, Mr. Horsthausen as well as Tut are still on top of each other. But as I mentioned earlier, he was definitely always going to get that pen. They ended up getting a 10-second pen. So Horsthausen staying away and backing off from that accident just ensured that he doesn't have any conflict with Mr. P14. So currently, I can see right behind P3 and P4, Mr. Watson as well as Uvellen. I could be wrong, J-Fun, Uvellen are on top of each other. The Aston absolutely blitzing down the straight. And I could be wrong, but that just seems like a simple done deal. Let's go. Mr. Watson currently down P3. Let's go. Well done to him. Him and Mr. Wilson doing quite well. Overland obviously now P4, Bullion P5, as he has overtaken Greening, because Greening fits from P3 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, currently we 1 lap ahead, 1 lap and 14 seconds, which is roughly 2 minutes and 30 seconds or so, but we do still need to take a 90 second or so pit stop. Then we should still roughly have our 60 second or so gap. So I do think the only way this race can become really close is if Brenta unfortunately does speed in the pit lane, or we end up getting a DP. That's I think the only way that things are going to change a bit. But as you can see, P2 currently doing 18.3s. They're putting in some serious hot laps. Brenta, how much fuel do you have? Laps. Do you want to pit and change tires now? He's taking a second out of you every lap. Yeah. 67, okay, let me just check. Yeah, should be perfectly fine. More than enough. Oh, watch out for the guy. Great awareness, well done. Yeah, so you should have roughly pressures 26.2, 26.2, 26.2, and then 26.6. And you should have quite decent pressures. Yeah, but give up the good work you're doing well. So let's check, boys, if we can see any more battles. Obviously, Mr. Lamberman over here is absolutely flying, doing 18.3s at the moment, so props to him. Very, very well. You can see Mr. Greening in the Aston, I think is being caught by Mr. Stander in P7. See if there's any other close battles out on track. I see Horsthausen is still eking away over here, very close to Mr. Tut Gibson, as he doesn't know that he has a 10-second penalty, so they're still having a hard-fought battle for P14 and 13. Mr. Watson is closing in on them, so they'll have to move at any point to give way to them. Let's see if there's any other battles out on track. Mr. Dahesh over here, fortunately, has seemed to find the wall. So let's have a look and see what happened to him. Let's check over here. Mr. Dahesh, let's have a look and see. Some way, somehow, he has collected the wall. It seems all good, yeah. No, come on. No, man, Sky, you can't do that. Ah, Sky is going to get a massive penalty for that. Because you simply cannot do that. Let's see, where is Sky? The hash. So if we look over here, Mr. Sky, the P8. No, you were in P8, Mr. Lexus, unfortunately. I think this was the same, I think Sky was the same one, unfortunately, involved with that earlier incident with, who was it? I think it was the other, I don't remember who it was. It was the other Honda, Robson's team. I think they were involved in that incident as well. So let's check here and see what exactly happens. The year is just coming across and defending something you shouldn't be defending at all. I mean, he knows that I'm sure he knows he's in the wrong over there, so he's going to have a massive penalty, unfortunately. Yeah. Over here, the Hesh obviously had a much better run than him up the corner. Sky decides to defend this very late, leaves him absolutely no room, and essentially just pushes him completely off track, damaging his car, and then Mr. Harmon unfortunately gets collected in the incident, so he would have lost a bit of front performance. So yeah, that is unfortunate to have happened. So I don't expect anything but the DT. Obviously, I'm not the steward here and I can't decide, but you can see his car is absolutely destroyed, and he would have at least lost. As we jump on board with him, he can't even steer the car. His car is absolutely obliterated. So you can just tell that he can't drive the car whatsoever. So I expect, unfortunately, the Lexus that was doing so well, Mr. Sky, I expect him to be receiving a DT, as it is a 60-second penalty, because you simply cannot do that, unfortunately. So let's jump back on board with Mr. Prenter. Not too sure if he has pitted and has received his new tires yet. I mean, it looks like it at the moment, considering P2 is not that far away. So let's stick on board with him and see how the lap times do progress. The predicted lap time is 3 minutes 40, and his last lap was 2:28. So it seems like he has got new tires. So I'm expecting man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Prenter, to absolutely fly at the moment. And he just got past the main talk man, Mr. Sky. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what penalty they dish out to him. Yeah, it was very interesting, Jazz. Anyone in chat, do you guys want to take a guess the penalty they're going to give? I would say, obviously, I'm not the steward there, and I have absolutely no influence on what penalties people give, but that should at least either be a stop go 30 or a DT. DT at very least, otherwise a stop go 30, because essentially they have he's completely killed his race. He's cost him at least a minute on the outlap, and he had to pit because he just had a stupid amount of damage. So I don't know what you guys think in chat. See, weigh your opinions. Mr. Sky has just pitted now, as he does have to get some fuel, but I'm almost certain he's going to take another visit to the pits very, very soon, as he will probably have a stop and go or something. Yeah, Jazz, I completely agree with you, 100%. Yeah, it's going to be it's definitely going to be a severe penalty. So it's going to be interesting to see what actually comes of it. As the Hesh, as we were speaking about it, guys, the Hesh is still in the pit lane. That's just how mental that penalty was. I mean, how mental that crash was, and how badly he got smacked into the wall. Because that's roughly a 230 km/h accident. So yeah, the car was definitely damaged significantly. So yeah, be interesting to see what the stewards come up with there. Yeah, it is a few incidents, Chaz. It's the same car, unfortunately, and I don't know if it's the same driver as it is Mr. Williamson and Sky. I think it is the same driver in both incidents, because I think the mid stint was done by Mr. Williamson. Could be wrong, or Mr. Williamson could be taking over this last stint. But yeah, unfortunately, that the Lexus has been in a little bit too many incidents. But yeah. B15 and B16 are still a little bit of a gap. I think Horsthausen has lost out a little bit of time to Tut Gibson. Still not. They're still eking it out at the moment. Tut Gibson obviously still with that 10-second gap. He needs to ensure that he obviously pulls as far away as possible, so he doesn't get absolutely murdered with the penalty. It is still there. But yeah, for the moment we're sticking on board with Brenton to see what this lap will be. The setup is obviously a little bit compromised because there is a max wing. I don't know what lap times he's going to pull. It's an 18.8 for the moment, not too sure how much time he has in there. Obviously it's a brand new set, we're running a max wing on this setup, whereas normally this Honda will have roughly 7 wing. So we're running 5 wing higher, as well as increased front, which obviously doesn't. Oh, that was very scary. An increased front, which obviously doesn't help the car's straight line speed whatsoever. But yeah, it should be good through the middle sector, but I think honestly we should probably be losing roughly about maybe a second a lap just on the wing deficit. So I don't think Renter will unfortunately be able to snag that fastest lap of the race, which is a bit unfortunate, as we do have a different setup as I mentioned. But yeah, as you can see in the chat over here, Mr. Persiani as well as Mr. Sky are having a go at one another in the chat. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate with that old Ferrari incident that we did see. Yeah, but nonetheless, Brent is still going quite well. He's 3/10 up on this lap, so let's see how the rest of the lap does unfold. He should have a significant amount of grip in this middle sector with a max wing, but then he'll probably just lose a lot of the time off the straights, because the car will be significantly slower than what it normally is. Yo, how's the cuts looking? Well, 2. Okay. Yeah, I saw this lap's T1. I think the max wing would have helped a little bit with that. But yeah, good save, well done. Bet you the car probably feels like a snail in a straight. Here we go, PB. Fastest lap, let's go, Sebastian. You should see all the incidents that's happening everywhere else in the race, damn. There's this Lexus that murdered, well, you know. It was this Lexus murdered this Ferrari from the right. Like as you crested that hill over there, the Lexus swerved towards the left-hand side, defending against the Ferrari, and put him in the left-hand side wall. And now the Ferrari lost a minute in terms of lap time. He's struggled to get back to pits, and he roughly had a 2.5 minute pit stop. So we're all debating in chat what sort of penalty he's actually going to receive. Most of us are going for like the stop go 30, like the super harsh penalty. Yeah, because he lost him at least 3.5 minutes. So if he gets a time penalty, I'll be quite surprised. Obviously we aren't stewards here, but it's interesting to see what penalty they're going to dish out. And then they started harassing each other in chat, which made it even funnier. He asked him, why did you crash us? Oh, your chat. Yo boys, what's happening? Hope everyone's doing well and having a blessed Sunday. Feeling watching the boys dominate. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Yeah, we've got the Source with a max wing Honda. Pressures. You say the pressures are pretty good, or? Oh, that's good. What are they at the moment? Okay, nice. Not too shabby. Oh, look at the saucy lap by the main man. Let's go. Even on max wing, let's go. You are now the record holder. At the moment, remember I told you about their lap records and stuff? So I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure you hold the practice record. I hold the quali record. You have the race record. Team on them, great again. Let's go. Everyone will remember the name VTech over 9000. We just do saucy boys. Oh my word. You should see there's actually some crazy battles on track. I think everyone's kind of separated at the moment. Where we watched an insane battle where these three cars were on top of each other for 3 laps. And yeah, you are just chilling, cruising away. Check what the Lambo is doing. He was actually putting in some great work, doing some really good laps. He's doing at the moment 18, high 18s, but his best laps is a .39. Not too shabby by him. Ooh, 20 minutes left, boys. Let's see if we can find any battles on the track. 3 laps behind, 2 laps behind, 1 lap behind. Would be wrong, boys, but we might have actually lapped P3, so that's I'd call that quite successful. We're 57 seconds ahead of the Lambo. Obviously, the Lambo eked out quite a bit of time in that phase where Brenta was just waiting for the right moment to pit for tyres. Let's see if we can find a battle. It seems like Mr. Pozdainikov is closing in on P11. So that'll be quite interesting to see if he can get it, because he was absolutely flying earlier. I mean, look at how he's catching up to BP ahead. Definitely BP's got way more wing than he should be running. Yeah, so far it's looking really, really good. Yo, Alan, welcome back to the stream, mummy. Yeah, it's looking really solid. Over here, we're just chilling. Everything's looking really solid, really good. But I see Mr. Niall Bullion as well as Mr. Pozdainikov having a really solid battle. So let me just check over here. They're quite close, but let's stick on board over here, as the BMW does seem to have a slight edge in terms of straight line speed. Will he do exactly the same? Is he going to actually send it on the inside? There we go. This time he sends. You guys will remember 20 minutes or so ago, last time he was very famous for that dummy that he sent that caused the one driver to get a time penalty, which was Mr. Toot Gibson, as he gave a dummy on the inside over there and made Toot Gibson absolutely send it and plummet the one car out of his way, which gave him the 10-second time penalty, and then Mr. Horshausen ended up benefiting from it. I think Horshausen is still roughly in a good position. Yeah, as we see, he is 1.9 seconds ahead, so he will still reap the benefits of that earlier incident that he did cause, where Pozdainikov sent him an absolute beautiful dummy. So let's see if we jump on board back to Mr. Niall Bullion. He's got a few positions up for grabs, in the sense that he can either gain P5 or lose P7. So if I remember earlier, I think that he passed Mr. J-Van Uvelieven. But yeah, at the moment we just need to see. I don't know what lap times he's doing in comparison to Mr. Stunder ahead, but last lap at 20.8, Stunder this lap does a 23.1, and he puts in a beautiful 19.4. So this lap pretty much 3.7 seconds, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can catch up to Stunder as well as gain at P5. So close to the podium, having a phenomenal drive. Did Sky only get a 5-second penalty? Let me see that quickly. Sky. Sky. I don't think, where's that? No ways. If that's only a 5-second penalty for that, then no. Obviously I don't want to intervene because it's not my place and I shouldn't intervene, but that is illegal. That is literally like a robbery. Obviously, they in two completely different phases of the race. Mr. The Hesh is fighting for the top 20, and Mr. Sky and his team are fighting for the top 10. But regardless, you simply cannot do that. You can't put someone in the wall the way he did and get only a small time penalty. Oh, Bullion has the run. Bullion has the run. Oh, Bullion almost ended up spinning him over there. He just needs to be patient here. You can see that he has the pace advantage. He just needs to be a little bit patient here and try and set up the move. Because the last thing he wants is to be able to spin Mr. Standard ahead of him, which will lose his position to J-Fun Overleven. So yeah, it just seems that he has obviously much quicker pace. He needs to just set up the move, try and run him wide, either smoke him down the straights. He definitely has the pace. He just needs to ensure that he gets the maneuver done. As Mr. Omen picks up a DT. Oh, this is going to be quite scary. Mr. Bullion tries to go around the outside. Maybe thinks better of it. Thunder ends up running a really weird line. Bullion's looking for every single way through. Let's see what happens here. Gets the car stopped nicely in time. Just ensures that he doesn't end up spinning the car ahead. Yeah, he's going to have a much better exit. There's definitely an opportunity over here. Will he dummy the left and swing to the right? Or will he just swing to the right? Let's see. Dummies left, swings to the right. Let's go. Did he outbrake himself though? Let's see. Seemed like a late break. Will Thunder come back at him? He tries to defend the inside. Thunder will definitely have a run at him over here. Thunder will have quite a lot of dirty air coming up this hill. But can Bullion hold him off coming into the next section? So he cuts the corner, opens up the gap just a tad. And we jump on board with Mr. Thunder and see, does he have enough straight line speed to be able to compete? It doesn't look like it, and considering the advantage Bullion had in terms of outright pace, that seems like move done, and Bullion moves to P5. Well done to him and his team. Let's see if we can pick up any other battles that are happening. P10 and P25 are actually battling, obviously not pole position, but it seems like maybe Sidorenko is maybe trying to unlap himself. They are lapping roughly at the same points. At the same lap time, so you can see 26.3 and 26.1. It just shows you guys that in exactly the same car, two different circumstances, P10 lapping P25. So sometimes the race can just go very poorly for you, and sometimes it's just a little bit out of your control. So yeah, two exactly of the same cars lapping exactly at the same, and the one is in P25 and the one is in P10 lapping the other one. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck in this game as well. Let's see. The Lambo's still lapping in the 18, so well done to him. Let's jump back on board with Mr. Brent and see how he's getting along. He's back up to the 18, so potentially taking a little bit out of the tires. But yeah, so far still holding our lead quite nicely, as he is coming and approaching these back markers over here. P13 and 12 are right behind each other. P13 having the benefit of P12 getting a 5-second time penalty for whatever case. Oh, the 5-second time penalty. This is the Sky Lexus that got a 5-second time penalty for the other incident. So within the next 13 minutes, he needs to ensure that he remains within that 5-second gap. And while Prenter does lap him, he needs to ensure that he doesn't lose too much time. Otherwise he could benefit. Williamson could end up benefiting off the situation. Over here he had pretty much let's see, okay, gives Brent to the inside, so he would have lost quite a lot of time there on that lap compared to Williamson. The 21.9 in comparison to 24.8, so he lost 3 seconds there. Williamson obviously now has the benefit of only being 5 seconds, more than 5 seconds in, so he will remain at P12. But yeah, Verb, yo, welcome to the stream, homie. Yeah, here's the Lambo, Chad. Not often do you see many Lambo drivers. Remember, Sky Team is close to P1. Sky Team is close to P1. Wait, what do you mean by that? Yo, Faisley, what's up, my man? Welcome to the stream. Yo, Faisley, the Aston man. Oh, ahead. I'm so lost, Jazz. Remember, Sky team is close to P1. I don't know what you mean by that, Jazz. Wait, what? That's me, your dreaded Aston man. What's up, baby? Right there. Did you lose the car somewhere? Really? I'm looking at the gaps and did you lose the car? The car doesn't look damaged. But look at the replay because you're making it. Huh? Yeah, but there's no like sudden smashing of the wall, right? Yeah, because you made me nervous there. I saw that unless the timing board is completely messed, it says that yeah, so it's not. It's the timing board's completely whack. It seemed like it seemed like, see how far he actually is behind you, because I looked at the gap and I was like, what, again, 30 seconds? Unless the timing board just smoked a crack. 43, where is he? Okay, never mind, the timing board was getting a little bit excited with that joint and didn't really want to pass it to the boys around. It said that you were only 28 seconds ahead, and at the moment when he's only getting to the finish line now, I was like, huh? The hell? Yeah, the timing board was tripping quite hard, because now it still says he's plus 18 behind you. This is clearly not 18 seconds, or like 6 years. Yeah. It says you're on the same lap. You're the only two on the exact same lap, but yeah, I don't know. Something's wrong. But yeah. Keep it up, you're doing a great job. You just had me nervous because the timing board was obviously, as I mentioned, a bit sketchy. Let's jump back on board with... Gibson had to have pit stop, so I don't know if he ran out of fuel just towards the end, but that's going to benefit Mr. P. Fenter. Let's see if there's any other positions up for grabs. Al Bullion sees Mr. Greening 14 seconds ahead. I don't know what they're lapping at. Let's see, Mr. Greening's currently lapping at 21s. Mr. Bullion lapping at low 20s. Is roughly lapping 1 point something seconds quicker than Mr. Greening, but unfortunately he's going to run out of laps. But solid effort by Mr. Bullion. What are all the trophies behind you? Sports, driving, both. So the trophies behind me are all my dad's racing trophies from the 90s as well as the early 2000s, Mr. Paisley. So that's kind of where I got my inspiration and passion for racing as well as driving, because my dad used to race, and then from a young age I was very interested in cars, and sim racing and driving, etc, etc. So that's kind of where I got it from a little bit. Yeah. Mr. Bullion made a slight error, won't affect him too much lap time, but still looking ahead and seeing if he can maybe get P3. It doesn't seem like there's too many positions up for grabs here. EP and Plumber are still having a battle. P10, let's see, P23 has a bit of a damaged car, last lap 19.3, and then a 30.8 for Mr. Mouton, so there's definitely a chance for Mr. Mouton to lose his position over here, as he's only 5 seconds ahead of Mr. Homan. Oh, it's only a pleasure, Paisley. It's all good. How have you been? Happy? The Aston still treating you well? Ooh, boys, I just noticed here we are very close to lapping P3, so we would have lapped everyone besides P2, so we can definitely say that was a really good accomplishment by myself and Brenda, so really good race from us. 6 minutes left. Mr. Watson is 5 seconds ahead, so I don't know if we can manage to get it done. But yeah, it'll be really cool if we can lap everyone. Well, at least we can say that we lapped everyone besides the podium, but nonetheless, very good clean race from us so far. Roughly about 3 laps or so left. Let's see, so it's 2 minutes 20 per lap, that brings you to 4 minutes 40. Yeah, so roughly 3 minutes left, and then, 3 laps left, then everything should be done. Lots of fun with the Aston, but on a work trip now, so I didn't get to drive all weekend. Sorry to hear that, Paisley. I'm sure you must be super excited to get back to the wheel and absolutely send it and break some PBs with that Aston. Oh, there was an incident up ahead. Lexus. Oh. No. 21.9 from the car in front. 18.1 from Brent up ahead. 3.8 seconds. Is definitely a potential, boys. There's a potential that we could lap everyone except for P2, so it's looking really good. We are making the Honda great again, gents. We are making the Honda great again. I mean, obviously I know it's just a joke amongst all of us. We know that the Honda is one of, if not the best car at Spa, 110%, which is obviously got together both myself and Brenda as Honda drivers and decided to do this really, really awesome event put up by Logistical Nightmare, and just had a really good time. What's it with that Lexus in this race? No idea. No idea. Let's go back. Now the Lexus in this race, as well as the other Lexus that we saw, it just seems that every single Lexus just ends up getting murdered. So Mr. Williamson was the Lexus in question earlier. He's still going to remain this position in P12. Mr. Horsehausen is unfortunately not going to benefit from it, as the 5-second time penalty isn't significant enough. There is only 8 seconds behind. I mean, anything can still happen. There's still 4.5 minutes left in the race. The DCs can happen. Any of that sort. Obviously, we hope that that isn't the case. But yeah. Is there a penalty for driving the whole race without swapping? Example, guy in P2? Not at all. Not at all, Paisley. So guy in P2 obviously did the race solo. I was going to do the race solo, but it was almost a last minute thing where myself and Brent just decided, let's just chill, both stream, have a good time, have a good laugh, and enjoy this fun event put together by Logistical Nightmare. So yeah, you can drive with 2 people, you can drive with a single person. I don't think there are three people in any team. So yeah, it just seems like 2-man teams for the moment. So yeah, so far all good. We're trying to see if we can find any other battles on stream quickly. There's 18 and 19, 3.6 seconds between each other. P2 still doing very well, being very consistent, so well done to Mr. Brennan for obviously doing this by himself. Props to him, as well as just yeah, doing this by himself and remaining consistent and as competitive as he has been. Someday you, Sawyer, and me should do an Aston race. An endurance, oh my word. Are you going to do the Barcelona race next weekend? I'm not too sure, Jazz. I think next weekend we actually have our Sim Grid 1000, the last round at Monza. Essa, one of our teammates, I don't think he can make it because I think that's when he's away. So it's going to be myself, Tariq, and we're going to probably have a full in. The BM obviously is really, really good at Monza. We're not too sure how the championship's going to play out, but yeah, we'll see. It could be a possibility, as I said. But yeah, we'll see as things go by. If I do end up doing the Barcelona race, Jazz, it will be a very last minute sign up. Either the Barcelona 160, or I'll end up doing LFM endurance next weekend. So I'll kind of see. Yeah, S is doing very well, and I think I'm super proud of how well he's doing with the car. And he's representing cars.co.za very, very well. So they must be super proud and happy with his performance and everything he's been doing. Props to him. It's really awesome having him in GTWR. But yeah, so far I think, I could be wrong, but I think considering the gap Mr. Printer has, we should, the next lap should be his last lap. So he has managed to pass P3, so that's really, really good from him. So we managed to pass every single person all the way, lap every single person all the way up to P3. So really, really great effort by Printer and myself. We managed to extend our gap quite well. But yeah, so far very clean race. No real mistakes from our side, which is obviously really good. We got blessed with a decent, just by being lucky with the setup, that it actually ended up working and that was very viable, and that we both are actually enjoying the setup. So that's really good. So now one last lap, time for Brent to bring it home. Bring it home, matey. Bring it home. Still 2 cuts? What? Really? Just watch out, last thing you want. That's insane. Let's go. Gain first, your last. Same thing applies for best lap. Here we go. Record inbound. You want to know something crazy? You know that Lexus that I told you that smoked that Ferrari, then the Ferrari lost 1 minute of lap time and had to have 2.5 minutes of repairs? You want to guess what time? What penalty they gave him? 5 seconds? He absolutely murdered the guy. He literally just swerved to the left, put him in the wall, and they were like, yeah, that's a fiver.
That makes sense.
I think that's what we need to do in future in all our races. Just burn one of the serious competitors in the wall and hope that we just get a 5 second. Imagine your next SRO round, you literally you just bowling ball everyone into T1. They have to have 2.5 minutes of damage. You got 30 seconds of damage, it's fine. They have a 2.5 minute pit stop. You just get 5 seconds for everything. You're like, 50 seconds. We net positive, we Gucci. T1 Sebastian, let's go. Let's go. Hey, the Honda great again. Let's go. GG. Well done. Good clean race. Well controlled and well done. GG. Do some donuts. Do some donuts. Here we go. Send it. Send it. Send it. What? Come on. There we go. There we go. Send it. There we go, send it. There we go. Victory donuts, that's what it's all about. GG's. If you keep doing it, you'll see that the tires can actually pop. Keep going, keep going. Yeah. At a certain point, they genuinely do pop. Let's go. Be like Ricky Bobby and paint your name. GG's, GG's. Well done to the Lambo in P2. Well done to him. Solid, solid fight. Yeah, 100%. And he did it solo, so props to him. Yeah, solo. Yeah, what a beast. Oh, thanks, Danny. Really appreciate it. Let's go. Thanks for popping into the stream, everyone, and having a real good time with us. Clean sweep. Myself and Printer, made the race really, really good. I'm surprised they haven't popped yet. There we go. Keep going. Keep going. Go, let's go. Come on. Pop before the lobby closes. Pop like Papa Meter. Let's go. Oh, what's the PSI? Can you see it all? No, it's not popping. So I know on Paul Ricciardo managed to pop them just for laughs at 52 PSI. Solid donuts here. Let's go. It doesn't look like they're gonna pop, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, I want to thank each and every single one of you for popping into the stream. Please make sure to go check out Mr. Big Printer on YouTube. Type in Big Printer. Please go give him some love and some support. Please go subscribe. And yeah, I will see you guys either on Twitch or YouTube for the next stream. So really appreciate every single one of you for popping in. And peace out. Enjoy the rest of your weekends.